When it comes to making money online, everyone has got their own opinion. Especially in this day and age, there's so many different side hustles and different agencies and different models that you can use to make money. There's one specific model that has worked for every single person that I know who has used it, and that's called cold email. And in this video, I want to talk about how I made over $20,000 a month just by sending cold emails. Let me break it down for you guys. Now, first things first, what is a cold email? Now, a cold email is basically sending an email to someone who doesn't know who you are, pitching them some sort of product or service. So let's say that I'm selling a marketing service. We're trying to get people interested in a product or service by sending them emails. Now, there are different components to a cold email that are very, very important to note. So number one, we have the subject line. The subject line is what's going to allow you to stand out in the inbox because people are getting flooded with emails, especially these days. Your subject line is really important because it's going to allow your open rates to go up, and it's going to allow people to actually want to click on your email because they're interested in what's inside. The next part is the actual greeting. So you could say something, this is very simple. You could say, hi first name, hey first name, hello first name. Now, a ways that I do this, I could use quicklines.ai to basically give me a personalized first line. But if I don't want to do that and I don't want to get super complimentary, I usually just like to do personalized emails at scale. Now, the next part of the email is the actual offer itself. So for example, for me, I have a lead generation agency. So I would say something like, we're helping software companies generate 10 to 20 qualified sales calls every single month consistently using outbound email. And then after that, what we want to do is we want to add a case study. So so far we have our subject line, our greeting, our first line, our offer, and then our case study. In our case study, we want to basically say a case study or someone who we've helped. So for example, I would say, if I'm using the same exact email so far, I would say, we just helped X, a similar company just like yours, generate 27 sales calls last month using cold email. That would be an example of a case study. And then last but not least, we have our call to action. There are a couple different ways that you could do call to actions. What I would recommend to do is stay away from really hard CTAs that push for a call right away. I would try to give some value or do really soft CTAs. So for example, you could say, mind if I send over some more info, or would this be worth exploring further, or would this be worth discussing further, or cool if I send over a 2-minute video on how this works. Now, the next thing you want to do is build a targeted list. Now, how you want to do this is you want to use Apollo, and you can go in Apollo, you could basically go on job titles and look through all the different job titles that you're going after. For example, for a lead generation agency, you're probably going to be going against over CEOs, founders, CROs, COOs, head of marketing, head of sales, VP of business development, all those types of titles. So the next thing we have to do is actually craft and then send those emails. So based on the lead list that you've built, you have to create email campaigns that actually resonate with the people who are in that target market, right? So how you do this is, first of all, you have to figure out what their desires are, what their pain points are, and what they actually want. What do they usually want? And honestly, in a lead generation offer, it's not always going to be just sales calls, right? Maybe you talk to a VP of business development and they do want to generate more sales calls. But for example, a founder at a software company, he's not thinking about just generating more sales calls. He might be thinking about how could we grow year over year? How could we grow the revenue year over year? So position your offer correctly for each ICP that you're going after. For example, if you're going after business development people, you might be able to get away with saying, we'll get you 10 to 20 qualified sales calls. Or if you're going after salespeople or marketing people, you might be able to say MQLs, SQLs, that sort of thing. But if you're talking to founders, COOs, that sort of thing, you're going to want to get a little bit more general and wide with it and talk about their actual goals as a founder. So we're helping software companies increase their year over year growth by 10% using cold outbound, right? That positions your offer as actually helping that founder do what they want to do, right? So make sure that your positioning of your offer is super strong. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is the power of the follow-up. So after you create your lead list, write your email campaigns, and then launch your emails, most people are not going to respond after the first email. Maybe not even after the second or the third or the fourth. But for the people that do, you want to make sure that you keep on following up with these people, whether you're going to call them or message them, send them Loom videos. If they respond to you with interest, you have to keep following up with them until they even book a call with you or they tell you to F off, honestly. Or if they don't respond to you right away, keep following up with them 3, 4, 5 times, because a lot of these people are super busy. They're not going to see your emails. And even if they do see your emails, sometimes it takes them 2, 3, 4 times of them seeing your email to actually want to respond to you. So do not neglect the power of the follow-up. So there you have it, guys. That's the exact lead generation strategy that I use that has gotten me from $0 to $20,000 plus every single month with my lead gen agency. Take these principles, take these fundamentals, and actually apply them. Go back in the video, rewind, and take notes if you have to, because I'm telling you, this is a gold mine, and I wish I had someone telling me this stuff when I was first starting out. That's all I have for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.